The following video was recorded by a lady named Prima, who was in the middle of filming one of her regular cooking videos when something completely unexpected happened.
This man was fucking burnt. Okay, bye.
Although in this video it was just the chair that moved, Prima later shared that this wasn't the first strange thing to happen in her kitchen. She's heard soft knocks on the counter when no one else was home, utensils clattering in the sink by themselves, and even caught the faint sound of footsteps when she replayed her earlier recordings. She's tried to stay calm, thinking maybe there's a logical reason behind it. Air pressure, vibration, anything. But lately, she says it's starting to feel different. Like whatever it is knows when she's filming. Some of her viewers even claim they've spotted shadows moving behind her in earlier uploads. Now, she's not sure if she should keep filming in that kitchen or take a break altogether. So, how would you advise she handles this? In this next clip, a woman named Kylie, who's always dreaded being home alone, shares her experience and, coincidentally, captures exactly what she's been complaining about on camera. Watch this.
Okay, so I'm at home right now and I'm in my room editing videos and I'm literally home by myself and I keep hearing like this knocking noise coming from our master bathroom and I'm like literally shaking. And I've been hearing it like for the past few... Hey guys. I can't believe I got this on camera. No, nothing's here, look. The window's closed. I keep thinking like maybe it's the window.
It only happens when she's by herself, and every single time she moves closer to the sound, it stops, like it was never there. She says it's been happening for weeks now. Faint whispers, soft knocks, and random tapping from behind the walls. She was relieved to finally catch it on camera because it was starting to make her question her own sanity, and every time she tried explaining it, people would laugh it off or say she was hearing things. But a few weeks after she posted this clip, it wasn't just about the sounds anymore. Watch this.
Okay, you guys, all of these lights just turned on, and these are recessed lightings, right? Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see, but the light switch is turned down, which means off. Like in order for it to be, in order to turn on the lights, it has to be up. And it's down. It just randomly turned on while me and Drix were laying on the couch. Like we have it off. And let me walk close so I can show you. So this, in order, look, this is off, and it was off, you guys. Oh my god.
Some people think she might be dealing with electrical issues or a faulty wiring system, but others say it feels more intentional. Like whatever's in her home is trying to get her attention. So what do you think? Is Kylie dealing with a haunting, or is there another explanation waiting to be uncovered? Now, in this next clip, a guy is dealing with a completely different kind of situation, something many call a mimic spirit. Watch this.
Okay.
¿Eh? Sacándome las cejas. Sí.
After posting this video, the internet went wild. Viewers said he made a huge mistake by responding to the voice, warning that once a mimic knows it's been acknowledged, it can start copying you, using your voice to call out to others in your home, tricking them into coming closer, and that's how the cycle begins. There were hundreds of comments from people claiming to have experienced the same thing, hearing their own name whispered from another room, or a loved one calling them when that person wasn't even home. Some believe these entities use familiarity to draw you in, feeding off confusion and fear. Others said they can attach themselves to a specific place or even a specific person, changing their tone and timing just enough to keep you questioning what's real. He also mentioned that there's a dense forest right behind their house, and at night they sometimes hear screams in the middle of the night. Some say that's where it came from, that mimics often hide near the edges of human activity, waiting for someone to answer. But what truly unsettled people was the giggling they heard in the clip. It didn't sound playful. It sounded like something enjoying being heard, but until we get more updates on the situation, this video remains unresolved. This next clip is about a woman named Morgan Lambert, who says she's had her fair share of strange happenings around her home. For the most part, nothing ever seemed dangerous. Doors creaked, footsteps echoed when no one was there, so she brushed it off. But one night, just like the previous times, she started hearing voices. Only this time, it sounded exactly like her husband. Watch this.
Stop. Like, there is literally no way. It's like not stopping.
What does it sound like?
I'm hoping the camera gets it because I feel like I'm losing my mind.
I just... Is it nebula?
No.
What does it sound like?
You. It sounds like you.
Me? Wait, like, this sounds like someone's in the house?
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like you. Don't go up there, don't go up there, don't go up there.
Should I call the cops?
I don't know.
I'm gonna check the camera upstairs, make sure no one's here.
Are you like messing with me because...
Babe, I really don't hear anything.
Okay.
Okay, it's just nebula upstairs. I don't... There's no one up there.
Let me see if I got it on here. What was it?
Jesus.
My God!
Dude,
It was under the table.
That thing's full. The cats could not have done that.
That's heavy. Oh my God. Okay. Yep, that'll do it.
Now her husband's starting to take her seriously, but here's where things get interesting. They don't think it's a mimic spirit, and that's where the debate began. Some people online argue that mimics can't physically manipulate objects, they only imitate voices and sounds to confuse or lure people in. But could things have evolved beyond what we think mimics can do? Or is Morgan dealing with something far more dangerous than a mimic? In this next video, a lady named Emma starts hearing strange noises right outside her door late at night. At first, she thought it was just the wind, until the knocking started. Before opening, she decided to grab her phone, and this is what she caught on camera. Watch. Now, as much as everyone wanted to know what was behind that door, most viewers were actually relieved she didn't open it. Because if she had, it could have meant a few terrifying possibilities. That someone or something was waiting on the other side. Another possibility is that it could be a spirit that attaches itself to whoever acknowledges it, meaning the moment she opens that door, she would have been inviting it in. Until Emma shares an update, this one stays wide open for interpretation, and for now, whatever was knocking that night remains a mystery. The following video was posted by a man who worked as a closing manager at a fast food restaurant back in 2016. That night, everything felt off. He said he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him. His friends were waiting outside since he was supposed to give them a ride home. But when the unease became too strong, he called one of them in to sit with him while he wrapped up. A few minutes later, just as they were about to leave, his friend who was sitting near the door said something strange. Wasn't that door shut more than this before? They both brushed it off, not wanting to overthink it, and left for the night. But the next morning, when he checked the security footage, he realized they might not have imagined it. Watch. Now, could this have been connected to the uneasy feeling he had all along? Or was there something else lurking in that restaurant? Something that wanted to make sure he felt it before he ever saw it? You decide. Curiosity, they say, is the reason people often end up in situations they never should have been in. The kind that leaves you seeing things you can't ever unsee. In this next video, a man decided to visit a gravesite at night, alone. He said he just wanted to see if the rumors were true, that the place wasn't really empty after midnight. When he was about to leave, he started hearing strange sounds. Instead of heading to his car, he did what curiosity makes most people do. He decided to find out who or what was making that sound. Watch this. He still sees the black figure in this clip in his sleep. Some say old cemeteries carry trapped energies, spirits drawn to the living who disturb their rest. Others believe it's something far darker, the kind of entity that feeds on fear and lures people in with familiar sounds. Whatever it was, that night convinced him he's never setting foot in another graveyard again. Now, in this next clip, Ian, the popular Midwest ghost hunter, had been exploring the old Berlin tannery factory for hours and eventually decided to try something different, a spirit box session. The goal was simple, to find out how many entities lingered here, and maybe even discover where the rumored portal was hidden. Watch.
I'm screwed. Hello? That sounded like a little girl in there. Hello? Who's there? I wonder if it's Megan. Megan is the little girl they say haunts here. And they don't know why she's here. Megan? Would you like to come out and play? Play a game? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my God. Dude, it literally looked like a shadow standing next to that crib. Jesus. Are you standing over there? Megan, I just want to let you know that I mean you no harm, okay? I'd just like to be your friend. Could you show yourself again? Just like you did? Oh, it is ice cold. Ice cold over here. Oh God, look at all these dolls. It's creepy. Oh, I think I'm gonna try a K2 session. See if I can communicate with her. All right, Megan. I brought you a toy here. Megan, how did you end up here? Did you die here? No? Okay. If you didn't die here, did you come through the portal? The portal that's here? Yes, you did. Thank you. So why do you choose to stay here? Do you just like it here? Yes. Well, that's good. I don't know, sometimes I know they say that darker entities can pose as a little girl, and I don't know, sometimes for some reason I'm just worried. It's going off again. It's going off right after I said that too. Megan, are you who you say you are, Megan? Are you being honest? No? I don't know. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stay. I really don't. Oh my God. What was that? That was like a creepy breath. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry, Megan. I just don't know who I'm communicating with. I hope you understand. It's moving. It's moving. The freaking cradle is moving. Hell no.
It was already past 3 a.m., and most people would have called it a night. But Ian didn't, so he kept going, step after step, deeper into the corridor, until he suddenly froze. Listen closely. Clip locals say her name is Megan, the little girl who haunts the tannery for reasons no one has ever been able to explain. Some believe she was the daughter of a worker who died in the Great Fire. Others insist there was never any Megan at all, that the name itself is a trick, whispered by something pretending to be her. Whatever spoke that night, Ian could feel it, close, aware, and waiting. But if Megan never existed, then who or what was answering him? For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a guy named Kyle who has refused to leave his house despite overwhelming proof that it's haunted. One time it's aggressive bangs echoing from the attic, another time it's disembodied voices whispering from his crawl space, but now it's happening right inside his living room. Watch this.
Yo, I swear I just heard footsteps in here. Like three times now. It just happened again. Listen. What the heck? It had a voice this time. Holy shoot. Tell me you heard that. I don't know if my camera picked it up or not. What the heck? I don't know. What the fuck? Oh my God. Yo. What the heck?
Some people claimed they could hear a whining sound, others swore it was a child's voice. And more terrifying, several viewers pointed out the presence of a shadow. Now, here's where things get controversial. Some speculated that this shadow could mean he's dealing with a demon, but others quickly disagreed, saying demons don't cast shadows because they're not of this world. On the flip side, some argue that shadows could actually be their way of manifesting, proving their existence by leaving just enough of a trace in our reality. So, which side are you on? Was this really a demon showing itself, or something else entirely? Now, in this next clip, a woman named Hannah is trying to solve one of the biggest puzzles she's had to deal with since having her baby girl, the unseen person her daughter calls her friend. You see, when you're a new mother, there are so many things you worry about. Why isn't she sleeping through the night? Is that rash something serious? Why won't she eat? And for every concern, there's always somewhere to turn. Doctors, family, friends, even the internet. But this is different. Because how do you explain your child talking to someone you can't see without being called overreactive, or worse, people labeling her daughter as strange? One evening, Hannah decided it was high time she came to the root of things. Watch this.
You hold the camera, and all you have to do with this is you walk it around because it's taking a video. So you don't need to snap any pictures, you can walk it around. Do you know if Joe's down here?
Joe's right there sitting.
He's right there sitting?
Yeah.
Can you tilt the camera, see if you can get him on the video?
Yeah.
Is he still in the chair?
This is where he sleeps. He just sits like that.
He sleeps down here?
Yeah, I can't see him because
He's asleep.
no, you can't sit down there. This is not a bed. That is a bed. Just said that this is a bed or his friend's chair.
Oh.
But he doesn't see you.
He doesn't see you?
No, he doesn't see me for a long time. He doesn't see me for a million, 100 times. He just sees me sometimes.
He just sees you sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think Joe has anything under the house?
Mama says something that's on here. Does it? It's a little breeze.
Just a little breeze?
But he doesn't play with the balloon.
He doesn't play with the balloon.
I don't put it on the cat if he wants to play. Okay.
What spooked her most was when Hazel, her little girl, casually said his friends sleep there. So now it wasn't just one unseen presence in her home, it was more than one. And many who saw this clip were quick to point out something else. The camera glitched the exact moment it was pointed at the chair, and again when Hazel peeked under it. Some say that's no coincidence, that electronic devices can distort or glitch when directed at a spirit. Others argue it could just be signal interference, poor connection, or even a lens error. But in this case, the timing was just too perfect. Things only got creepier from there. One night, while putting Hazel to bed, Hannah brought up Joe again, hoping to gather new details that might piece the puzzle together. By this time, she had already uncovered the last names of the children of the home's previous owner, and she wanted to see if by any chance Joe's last name would match up. What happened next shocked her.
It does birthday. It does downstairs.
It's Joe's birthday downstairs.
Yeah. That's Joe's birthday. It's like flowers. Did you like the flowers?
He likes
Little
flowers.
flowers and big flowers.
Joe likes flowers.
And he likes it. He likes that with the flowers and he said,
Oh, does he make silly jokes?
yeah.
Do you know what Joe's last name is?
No.
His last name is Joe? Is that? Does he have a different name?
Yeah. He has a different name called E and R and P
Little Hazel, who can barely spell her own name, began spelling Joe's last name, and she got 5 out of the 7 letters correct. Hannah says she still can't get over it. She's chosen not to share the name publicly out of respect for the family, but the fact remains. Her daughter should never have known that. For a while, Hazel and Joe's interactions seemed harmless, even friendly, but then came a plot twist Hannah did not expect. One night, downstairs, Hannah pulled out a book about being nervous, and right there, Hazel casually said, "Joe gets nervous sometimes." When asked why, Hazel responded, "Joe gets nervous when John comes around." But who's John? And how did another figure suddenly enter the story? Watch this.
He's a person that really mean to me.
He's really mean to you. Where does he live?
He was in the teacher's house. But don't listen to them anymore.
Okay.
At this point, Hannah began talking about saging the house. As she puts it, she already has enough drama in her life without dealing with a ghost, let alone 2 ghosts with their own unresolved beef. She even painted a chilling scenario. Imagine hating your neighbor while you're alive, then both of you die, and you're stuck living next to each other again in the afterlife. But it didn't stop at ghostly drama. Soon after, strange things started happening in the house itself. One day, while in the workshop that had been built by the home's previous owner, Hannah captured something creepy. Have a look.
So I'm going to quickly finish before I get out. The one other thing up here that is his is this box, and my husband stacked all of our stuff on top of it, so I can't, it's too heavy for me to open it. I think from memory there wasn't anything in here, and that just says Peninsular and Oriental Steam Navigation, and there's some like old ripped up stickers on there, but I might have more of a look later. When my husband is here, I'm going to get him to come down with me because I'm getting a little bit freaked out. So that is the workshop tour. Nothing that I've found so far with any names on it, but I will keep looking. Oh, what was that? Okay, I'm hearing noises now, so I'm going to get out. Goodbye.
So, let me put it to you. If you were in Hannah's shoes, how would you handle this? Would you pack your bags, call in help, or try to coexist with Joe and John? Now, in this next clip, a lady caught something she's still trying to make sense of on camera. Watch this. If you look closely at the upper left corner, something seems to be peeking or moving before it disappears completely. And apparently, before she captured this moment, she had already been dealing with a string of odd occurrences around her home, like the unsettling feeling of being watched when she was completely alone. Some nights she even reported hearing faint footsteps in the hallway when no one else was awake. So when this figure appeared in the corner of her video, many people pieced it together as further proof that whatever's been lurking in her house finally showed itself. So was this a ghost manifesting in plain sight, or something else entirely? I'll let you be the judge on this one. In this next clip, a lady named Gigi went to visit her parents but had to wait for them to return from the mall. While she was waiting, she suddenly felt uneasy. Then this happened.
It keeps going up just a little at a time. We go in the kitchen and do some more stuff. Lysol. I wiped them, and now I'm Lysoling them. Come on. Move the chair again. I told you. Told you. I am in the kitchen. I'm nowhere near that chair. I should be used to this stuff, but it's a little weird. Mom, is that you? Okay, I'm just shaking. It's okay. Totally okay.
She quickly remembered her parents saying they had recently gotten this chair, but she wasn't sure if it even came with a remote. One thing she knew for certain though was that she didn't have any remote with her, and she was completely alone in the house. And as you see in the video, she sprayed some Lysol around the house. Some viewers speculated that she was trying to cleanse or sanitize the space, believing Lysol could purge bad energy the same way it clears germs. Others, however, were quick to dismiss this idea, saying that Lysol has no spiritual properties and that if anything was in the house, a spray bottle of disinfectant wouldn't stand a chance against it. This next footage was captured at the school hospital Universitario in Honduras, a place long rumored to be haunted by the spirit of a doctor who tragically took his own life within its walls. Many believe his restless presence still roams the hospital's dim corridors, and sightings have been reported so often that staff began filming whenever they sensed something was near. Watch this. This eerie recording quickly spread beyond the hospital walls, fueling stories that the doctor's ghost has become a permanent resident of the building. Some claim he's been seen pacing the halls, while others insist he flickers the lights or even appears in patient rooms late at night. Whether this is evidence of a true haunting or simply folklore that's taken on a life of its own, one thing is certain: it has captured the imagination of many, and this hospital's reputation as one of Honduras's most haunted places only continues to grow. This next clip follows Dustin Frazier, who's long suspected that something or someone is attached to him. Strange noises in his house when he's alone, doors closing on their own, even waking up at night with the chilling sense that something was hovering right by his bed. But one evening, Dustin wasn't even home. Yet this happened. Watch closely.
Okay. Pool is looking a little green, if you ask me, but I mean, to be fair, like the season's almost over, so let's check this one. Shoot good. Hot tip.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear a faint whisper, and then A dark figure appears standing directly behind him. So, was that the proof Dustin needed that there's a spirit following him, or is there another explanation we're missing? Now, this next clip was recorded by a ghost hunter named Ian, who visited the secluded Timberlake Road, a stretch of darkness in Minnesota, whispered to be one of the most haunted roads in the entire state. According to local legend, a family who once lived along this road fell gravely ill. The mother, desperate to save them, left for town to find food and medicine, but when she returned, it was already too late. They were all gone. Grief-stricken, she ended her own life on Timberlake Road. Some say her spirit is still there to this day, pale, restless, and wandering the roadside at night. Others speak of the small cemetery nearby where ghostly children have been spotted playing among the stones. And that's exactly where Ian began his exploration around 10 p.m., when he suddenly captured something terrifying on camera. Watch closely.
I don't see anything over here. And honestly, it's gone completely quiet. Oh my God! Okay, time to go. Oh my God, what the was that? Stop. Holy shit. That literally looked like a freaking dark figure darting across the freaking road. Oh my God. What the hell was that? Dude, it was freaking scary, whatever it was. It was like a freaking black mass, real low to the ground, and it's freaking boom. Right across that freaking road. God damn, I nearly crapped my pants.
Ian still doesn't know what that was, but he can't get past the feeling that it had been watching him the entire time. For more haunting videos, including more from Ian, make sure to subscribe to the channel now. Some people put cameras in their homes to catch intruders or check on pets, but this family installed theirs for a much different reason: to catch proof of whatever kept making their house feel wrong. Ever since they moved in, the dining area was the epicenter. Glasses would rattle for no reason, and once, their child's toy that had been left in the hallway turned up on the table the next day, perfectly centered where nobody could have placed it. They started clearing everything away each night, tucking breakables out of sight, but it only grew worse. Tired and scared, they finally told the realtor who sold them the place. He didn't laugh, but he asked for proof. So one night, they purposely left the table set, and what their home camera recorded is the clip you're about to see. Watch. They sent the clip to the realtor and he didn't dismiss it outrightly, but what can a realtor do besides pass along disclosures and advise a buyer? A video may prove something unusual happened, but it doesn't change a bill, clear a title, or quiet a house. For the family, the choice is narrowed into a painful question: keep living somewhere that rearranges your life while you sleep, or walk away and risk passing the problem to the next owner. Now, this next video is about a woman who's been fighting a slow, exhausting mystery inside her own home. Little things at first, then more obvious signs that something isn't right. For 3 years, she's woken to toys in odd places, found doors that were locked the night before hanging open, and watched lights blink in patterns that don't match faulty wiring. The most creepy part is that once in a while, the house will smell of medicine or cold metal for no reason she can pin down. She's tried rational fixes, new locks, an electrician, swapping rooms, but nothing removes the unease. Tired of chasing answers, she set up cameras around the house and checks the footage whenever she can. On August 23, 2025, the cameras finally recorded something that unsettled her to the bone. Watch. The first clip was recorded while her little boy was asleep and she was taking her bath. The second clip is even stranger. It was early in the morning and you can see she enters from the opposite direction the figure was going. She posted the clips hoping to either get help debunking them or finally find someone who recognizes the pattern and can point her toward a solution. Cameras have given her proof she can't ignore, but they haven't given her answers. So what do you see in the footage? In this next clip, a Colombian man's workout session turns into a nightmare, but when he contacted the gym's owners to lodge a complaint, they didn't believe a word he said until they pulled up their own camera feed and their skepticism turned to shock. Have a sense of it, the owners sent out an email to their clients asking if anyone else had ever experienced anything strange inside those walls. The responses that came flooding back were chilling. One woman admitted she'd often cut her workout short because she'd hear heavy footsteps pacing right behind her on the treadmill, even when she was the only one in the row. The most disturbing account came from a longtime member who revealed that years ago, the building had been a warehouse where a fire claimed several lives. Ever since, she said, she believed the place carried that energy, and now the footage seemed to prove it. The gym owners have yet to announce what they'll do next. Some say they should bless the building, others suggest moving locations altogether. But for those who once thought the man's story was nothing but nerves, the evidence leaves no more room for doubt. In the following clip, a guy has been hearing things outside his house, most times when he's coming home late or when he steps out around midnight. One particular night, after hosting some friends for a small get-together, he went into his backyard to take the trash out when he heard it again. Listen carefully.
Yo, dead ass, I'm hearing screaming out here. Listen, listen. Yo, what the? Yo, what the hell? Yo, it just stopped. Just fucking stopped. What the fuck? Yo, bro, what the fuck?
He explains that there's an alley running right behind his fence, and for weeks now he's been catching the sound of either a distant yell or a drawn-out moan echoing through the night. At first, he brushed it off as stray animals or people wandering through, but a few strange incidents began to change his mind. One night, after hearing the noise, he noticed his motion lights in the backyard flicker off and then back on, almost as if something had moved through the space undetected. On another occasion, he found the gate to the alley cracked open even though he swore he had locked it earlier that evening. He still tries to convince himself it's nothing serious, but between the flickering lights and the unexplained gate, he's starting to wonder if this alley holds more than he bargained for. So the question is, was it really just an animal roaming in the dark, or something much harder to explain? Let me know what you think. This next video was captured in the University of Southern California, where talks of a bathroom ghost have grown into something of a campus legend. According to reports, staff and students have noticed a ghostly presence in one of the university bathrooms. A pale, clean-looking figure with what seems to be a playful obsession with soap and water. It's often described as if the ghost is tidying up or amusing itself with bathroom supplies, almost like it's trying to keep the place in order. So one day, a student decided to see if there was any truth to the stories. Watch this. Just a few seconds into her recording, the soap dispenser can be seen working on its own. No hands anywhere near it, no one to trigger the sensor. Then, almost like the spirit realized it was being watched, the lights began flickering the moment she pulled out her phone, and stopped as soon as she did. Now, whether this is a playful prankster from beyond or something else entirely, no one can say for sure. But one thing's certain. After this video, the bathroom ghost isn't just campus gossip anymore. It's become one of USC's strangest unsolved mysteries, and students are still daring each other to go find out if it will show itself again. Ouija boards are often sold as simple party games, but many believe they're far from harmless. For centuries, they've been connected to terrifying stories, strange voices coming through, doors slamming, objects moving, and even full-blown hauntings that spiral out of control. The common warning is simple. Once you open the door, you may not be able to close it. And in this clip, a young woman is now facing the chilling consequences of playing one.
For you. Why the f you in my room? Get out of my house. Dude, what the f? Dude, leave the doll alone! Who the f are you? What happened? Who are you talking to? There was a whole... I don't even know how to explain it.
She admits that at first, it was curiosity, just a late-night session with friends who wanted to see if it worked. Ever since then, she's been dealing with things she can't explain. But the bigger question is, if you willingly invited something into your life, do you ever really have the power to send it away? Now, in this next clip, a mother who's already exhausted from hearing her young daughter talk to unseen people and describe detailed stories about imaginary friends is starting to think there's more going on than a child's imagination. The girl often points to corners of the room, laughs at things no one else can hear, and even insists on setting an extra plate at the table for someone she calls the visitor. Concerned, the mother reached out to a medium who suggested she try recording her daughter the next time she interacted with this unseen presence. And when she did, this is what she caught.
What? What is it? What is it? Huh? What did you hear? Yeah, but what?
We hear something.
You can hear something?
Yeah.
What?
What is that?
Can you see something?
What is that?
I don't know, what is it? Huh?
Where? Where is gone?
What?
Where is gone?
What's gone?
Over there.
Huh?
Over there.
Over where?
There.
What do you mean?
In the place right there.
What is it?
Oh no.
What is it, Billy?
What's that?
I don't know. What can you see?
Black.
Oh,
It's black.
he's black.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he talk to you?
It's coming.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus coming.
huh?
Bird's coming.
Yeah.
A baby's coming.
A baby's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he told you?
A sister's coming.
Sorry?
Sister's coming.
Sister's coming.
Yeah.
Right. Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's brother?
Huh?
Where's brother?
And a brother.
Yeah.
Right. That's interesting.
Over there.
He's out there.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's there?
What's he doing out there?
Where's one?
No, where did he go?
Over there.
Over there?
Yeah.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's the school?
I'm not sure. Is he your friend?
Go for her.
Huh?
Go for her.
What?
We go help for her.
He's gonna help her?
Yeah.
Oh, so is there another one?
Where's the big one?
Oh.
What's the big one?
Is there a big one and a little one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where's the little one?
Do you like the little one?
Yeah, where's the school?
I'm not sure.
I'll go for her.
You're gonna go find her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mommy for her.
I can't see her.
Mommy here for her.
I can't see her, Bubba. Only you can.
Maybe her.
Huh?
Where's school?
Do you know what her name is?
Where's school?
I'm not sure. What's her name?
Where's school?
I don't know.
Just say hello.
Really?
Just say hello.
Oh. What else did he say?
Mommy,
Yeah.
say hello.
Oh, hello.
She's yet to get a response from the medium, but hopes it's not what she thinks. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian, who you might remember from previous videos on this channel, continued his exploration at a cemetery near Timberlake Road when something chilling unfolded.
Hear anything? I don't know if I'm just tripping out. I thought I heard freaking footsteps over there. They were like walking down the road. Hello? Is there someone over there? Hello? Whoa! What was that? Holy crap! But that was like a straight up glow. What the heck was that?
1 second, he spotted a faint glowing shape, and the next second, it was gone completely. He quickly recalled the legend of the woman in white who had lived along Timberlake Road, lost her entire family on the same day, and ended her own life. Trying to remain calm, Ian called out, stating his intentions and assuring that he meant no harm. But before he could even finish his words, this happened.
Right. I can see you over there. I know you're here. I know I can't hear you anymore, but I can still feel your presence. Whoa. What was that? Dude.
The following is about a Canadian woman widely known for documenting her life in what many now call one of the most haunted houses on the internet. Her videos are filled with recurring eerie sounds, fleeting shadows, and unsettling encounters. But she's also built a following around her thrift store finds, unboxings, creepy dolls, and vintage items that seem to carry strange energy. One quiet evening, she's in the kitchen when she hears voices drifting from the laundry room. But this isn't new to her. As someone deeply familiar with the paranormal, she instinctively starts calling out, asking questions, trying to see if something will respond. Watch.
Hi guys. Thanks Chris, thanks for the heart. This doll doesn't seem to be doing much of anything at this point. Whatever's going on, we're getting a lot of activity from that room. A lot of noise coming from there. A lot of app activity from there. I just don't feel comfortable over there. Do you? Mm-mm. Are you still in that room? If you're in that room, give me a sign. Oh yeah, I never thought flashlight. If you're in the room, give me a sign. Did you hear that? Who's there? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay. You heard that, right?
Yep.
Was that you?
I'm trying to there.
Okay. I'm scared to go near it. What are you doing? I was ready to run for the stairs. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to breathe. Okay. Who is this?
I think it's toying with us.
Frig, the cat scared me. Frig, I can't. My heart is in my throat. What was that noise, though? It was a thump. keep the flashlight like that. If there's anything moving, we can see. Who's here? Holy shit. That was loud, whatever that was. My nose is starting to run because it's gotten cold.
Do I turn it off?
Try to get out. I'm just gonna back up. I keep thinking something's gonna fly out at me. Frig, I don't like that.
Oh, no.
I don't like that. Who's here? Say your name. Say your name.
The loud bang, the inhuman growl, the abrupt silence as she speaks, the sudden drop in temperature, and then the scream. This exact pattern of events is textbook poltergeist activity, a kind of disturbance believed to be caused by a restless or malevolent spirit. But the truly disturbing part came after viewers noticed something creepy. At the point when she's pointing the flashlight toward the curtain, if you look closely, you'll notice a large face. Clip. Sometimes it takes a crowd to spot what one person misses in the moment, but despite what she captured on camera, she decides to stay. And nearly a year after posting the first clip, this happened.
Okay guys, I'm in the laundry room, and a lot of you know we hung the wind chimes down in the basement the other day. We've been hearing them off and on, and I'm down here alone and I just heard them. They're moving. And there's an orb. They're moving.
Among her many old collectibles is a wind chime. Innocent looking, but somehow always at the center of strange occurrences. Watch closely, you'll see orbs floating around it. But here's where things get truly unsettling. Unlike most orb sightings, which are only visible through a lens, she can see these orbs with her own eyes. And that's a big deal, because in the paranormal world, naked eye orb sightings are rare and usually indicate a high energy presence. Some believe these are spirits attempting direct contact, while others think they're remnants of something far older and far less human. Still, she insists the presence in her home isn't there to harm her, and while that may be true, we can only hope she's right. In this next video, a couple is fast asleep when their bedroom camera picks up something no one can explain. Take a look. At first glance, it's easy to assume it was just the cat, but after watching it over and over again, the wife, Hannah, is convinced this wasn't her cat at all. And once you hear her breakdown, you might start to see it differently too. She explains that her first reaction was also to blame the cat, but something didn't sit right. The eyes. They seem to appear out of nowhere, and more importantly, she accounts for all 3 of their cats. One is clearly perched on the headboard, the other 2 are 10 feet away from the bed. So what, or who, was right behind her sleeping partner? She adds that there are no mirrors, no windows, and no lights on, just a dark hallway behind the bed, and an open closet. And that's what really got people talking. Many viewers now believe whatever was behind her partner came out from the closet. Hannah's still shaken up and admits she can't unsee it. So the question remains, are those the eyes of a ghost like she believes? Or is there another explanation still waiting to be uncovered? You decide. Now, in this next clip, a mother takes her little girl to Phoenix Children's Hospital, where they encounter something they both, at the time, described as a friendly ghost. Have a look.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird.
Is it you?
Is it me? It's not me.
It's motion sensor. There's no one over there. Okay, do it one more time.
Do it one more time, please.
Okay. One last time.
Okay. Wait, so are we friends now? Can you do it again if we're friends now?
Oh.
We're not friends? You don't like me? Okay.
Are you a doctor?
Are you a... Wait, so do it again if you're a doctor. Wait, are you messing with us or are you actually a doctor? I don't know. Are you just messing with us? Okay. Well.
I don't know.
At first, the moment felt lighthearted, almost magical. The little girl was smiling, and the mother found it charming that something so unusual had happened during their hospital visit. But once they got home and posted the video online, everything changed. The comments started flooding in, and with them, stories that completely reframed what they experienced. Several former staff members said that in the old ER, the TV would turn on and off by itself, and even maintenance crews could never figure out why. But that wasn't the most unsettling part. One comment pointed out that room 28 in the old ER is never used anymore and hasn't been for years because of multiple reported sightings of a girl ghost known to attack patients. Others claimed they had seen a nurse walk straight through a wall or heard footsteps echoing through empty corridors, especially at night. One father shared that during his son's extended stay, they'd take night walks near the cafeteria, only to hear children laughing and playing in the halls below. But every time they went to check, the place was empty. And here's the most disturbing part. Beneath the cafeteria, there's a morgue. When you take all of that in, every whispered story, every unexplained sound, it makes that moment between mother and daughter feel far more terrifying than sweet. They thought they'd met a friendly ghost, but now they're not so sure. Is this hospital really haunted? I'd love to know if you've ever been to Phoenix Children's Hospital and what you experienced. Now, in this next clip, Brian is in his living room filming a wholesome moment about how good life can feel when you slow down, listen to some good music, and choose happiness. But then, while he was recording, something strange appeared in his phone camera. Watch closely.
Look, that's bloody. Huh? There's nothing there, but on the phone it looks like there's a What? Hold up, let me take this off. What is... Oh my god, there's nothing there! What the? Hello? What the? Oh! Can y'all see it? No, run. Oh my god, I see her shadow. There's something at the window. There's something. I'm gonna turn on the lights now. I don't wanna play. There's something at the window. Put this down. There's something at the window. Hello? But there's nothing there when I shoot. Shit! Why are they making my light freeze? My light is freezing. There's literally something there. Bloody Mary.
What's truly unsettling is that he could see it only through the phone, but when he looked up at the wall directly, nothing was there. Some believe phone lenses pick up frequencies or energies that the human eye can't detect, especially when entities aren't fully materialized. But was this really the case? Seconds later, he gets this intense feeling, like someone's standing right by the window, but when he turns, no one's there. Now, if you pay close attention to the footage, you'll notice something even creepier. There's a brief moment where a hand-like shape moves, followed by what looks like a figure slowly moving out of the corner of the wall. Brian says he was completely alone that night and insists there's no way anyone else could have been inside. So like other videos, this remains unsolved. The following video captures yet another strange moment in Jenna's house, one of many that oddly only seem to happen when she's not around. For weeks, all she's had were secondhand accounts from her partner about weird noises and unexplainable events. But this time, her mom and siblings happened to be visiting, and they finally caught something on camera. Watch.
I saw a shadow figure today in my house, and now my dog's been barking at the ceiling for 5 minutes.
Get it, Athena. What is it?
The dog's behavior here is the creepy part. For nearly 5 minutes straight, it's pacing, growling, barking, and completely restless. Now, any pet owner knows dogs don't fake fear. When a dog is this agitated, it usually means it's reacting to something real, which could either be physical or not. Jenna was advised to sage the house, and she agrees it's probably the right move. But here's where things get interesting. She only has a small, brittle sage stick she describes as pretty chintzy. So now she's wondering, does the quality of sage actually matter when it comes to spiritual cleansing? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. In this next clip, a mom hears her kid's toy going off in the middle of the night. She gets up, half asleep, just planning to turn it off like usual, but then something else moves, and it's not what you'd expect. Watch closely.
So this is the same toy that used to go off in the past. And it's always terrified me since. Because I would ask it questions and it would answer with noises.
Now here's what's strange. The toy making noise on its own? She's used to that. It's happened so many times, even after people advised her to take the batteries out, which she eventually did. But the sound didn't stop. Still, the creepiest part isn't the toy, it's what's sitting right there on the table beside it. You'll notice a plastic hand completely still until one finger twitches. Paranormal or not, this one is hard to shake. Now, in this next clip, James and his friend are exploring an old school building late at night, after hearing rumors of strange noises echoing through the classrooms. As they follow the sound, this is what they capture.
What is that? I think it's coming from a deep. Is it that one? I think.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the exit and leave the building immediately. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan.
A baby crying alone in an abandoned classroom at night is the kind of sound that immediately puts you on edge because it doesn't belong there. But just as they reach the door, something attacks them. You can hear the panic in their voices as they run for their lives. Now here's where the real debate begins. Some people believe they should have gone back with the police to make sure there wasn't an actual child in danger. But others, including several who've worked in abandoned or reportedly haunted buildings, warn that sounds like a crying baby are a known paranormal lure, a tactic used to draw people in. It's been documented in other cases where the sound leads to nowhere, or to something much worse. James never went back, and after what happened, can you really blame him? I'll leave this one up to you to decide. The following clip was recorded by a woman named Angelina while she was at the infamous Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, a place many believe to be one of the most haunted hotels in America. Over the years, guests and investigators have reported hundreds of strange encounters here, but what Angelina experiences is subtle but deeply unsettling. It's around 6 a.m. and she's enjoying a quiet morning on the balcony with her coffee when this happens. Watch.
Sydney, there's a ghost singing out here. I'm not even kidding you. Come here. Come here. Just sit out here. Just sit there. It sounds like it's coming right next door and it's not. Nobody's there. I looked. Just sit down. It'll happen. Are you glad I woke you up? What? Are you glad I woke you up? You would want me to, right? Where is it? It's supposedly coming from over there, but it stops and comes and goes. It's real. You'll hear it. Just sit and listen. Oh my gosh, this is so good.
If you turn your volume up, you'll hear the soft voice of a woman humming an old-fashioned tune, almost like something out of the 1920s. Now here's the strange part. She thinks about waking her daughter so she wouldn't have to experience this alone, but something tells her the sound would stop if she wakes her daughter. And that's exactly what happens. The moment her daughter joins her, the sound disappears completely. Angelina later writes, "I've had a ghost talk to me, grab my hand and poke my back all night long." But this felt different, exciting, but also unnerving, because when she checked, there was no one nearby. After she posted the video, several viewers shared their own terrifying and strange experiences at the same hotel. One person even pointed out that the balcony she filmed from closely resembles the one tied to the legend of the Lady in White, one of the Crescent Hotel's most well-known spirits said to have fallen from that very spot. Now, Angelina has concluded that something paranormal occurred here, but as always, I'll let you be the judge on that. What exactly do you think happened during this recording? Let me know your thoughts on this one. This next clip was recorded by a couple who prefer to go by their initials, K and T. After a year of silence, they are finally speaking up about the strange happenings in their home, like hearing whispers in empty rooms, doors opening on their own, and hearing sounds of heavy breathing just outside their bedroom door at night. But the strangest part is, it only happens when they talk about it. Almost like whatever's living with them is listening. At first, they tried to ignore it, but one morning, while preparing breakfast, they heard that same familiar sound. And this time, they grabbed their phones to finally catch it on camera. Watch this.
All right, TikTok, here's our door. Hinges to the ground. Okay. The handle up behind and down. Okay, that's everything. Can you close the door? Yes.
Can you close the door? Please?
They've had this particular door checked by professionals multiple times, even replaced it 3 times in 1 year, just to rule out drafts or faulty hinges. But after all that, and everything else they've experienced, they've come to a conclusion. It's not the door, it's a ghost. Now, they've contacted a medium to figure out what the spirit wants. Now, this next clip comes from a woman named Kaylee, and to be honest, everyone who has seen this video can't wrap their heads around why she's still living in that house. She's been hearing strange sounds, like something heavy being rolled across the upstairs bedroom floor, but what she captured on video one night says otherwise.
I know. I heard a noise. I know I did. It came from that room and this bedroom like it always does. I probably seem crazy right now, and that's fine. That's valid.
Watch closely. You'll notice the door moving on its own, along with faint tapping sounds. At the time, that's all she gets on camera, but things only got worse. The next night, Kaylee records again, just to prove she's not losing her mind, and this happens.
Did you see that? I don't think I'm gonna go through that door. I think I'm gonna come around this way. Come on. Oh my, did you hear that? 3 knocks. I have goosebumps. I don't know if you can tell, but I am a little freaked out this time. Oh shit, I left the attic unlocked. Attic lock check gone wrong because I left that shit unlocked. It's fine though. Did you guys see that though? When I was on the other side of this door. Damn, that shit opened fast. Just gonna one last peek in the living room. Okay.
After posting the video, she joked that it had to be her husband messing with her, but viewers weren't buying it. Some pointed out something Kaylee didn't notice at the time, a faint woman's chuckle right after she says, "Did you see that?" Others mention how there were no footsteps or shadows visible, and if someone had actually been nearby, there should have been some kind of movement or they could have heard footsteps. But the most unsettling thing was the fact that she had dolls. Viewers couldn't shake the feeling that something was off, especially with the way the dolls were positioned and the way they looked. A few days later, Kaylee is meditating upstairs in her usual chair when a strange, low-pitched vibration starts out of nowhere. She tries to ignore it, but after 2 minutes, it doesn't stop, so she gets up to investigate. That's when she sees this.
This has never happened before. Ever. I was meditating right there like I always do. What the I'm genuinely so freaked out. I never get freaked out like this. What the f?
A candle holder, vibrating all on its own. There's no fan, no heater, no air current, nothing that could explain it, but it doesn't stop there. What happens next takes things to a whole new level. You'll notice that nothing else in the room is moving, which rules out a draft. But more than what she could see, Kaylee also says that in that moment, she could feel a heavy presence, like someone was standing right behind her, but she was home alone. She has been finding ways to rationalize the strange events that have been happening in her house, but this time, she had nothing. And from this moment, the activity in the house escalated. She couldn't sleep, became restless, and night after night, the tension in the house only grew. Finally, one evening, she decides to sleep in a specific Airbnb room where the activity tends to spike, and to record everything. This is what she captures.
last time I couldn't find it. Do you guys see it? And I'm just blind. Not sure where that came from, but damn, I really didn't want to lose that chain. But I guess that is a sign. And no, I don't know why this W is here. It was there when we moved in.
The tapping start again. Sharp, deliberate, and too consistent to be written off as water pipes or heating systems. What's even more disturbing is that the tapping sounds match the ones she's heard before, particularly in the downstairs living room. But what really unsettled viewers came later when Kaylee opened the attic, the creepy looking doll that sat alone on the blanket. Kaylee even gave it a name, Betsy, and apparently in a previous clip she shared, there was a chain line on the blanket next to Betsy. But now, it had completely vanished. Many viewers, however, commended her for being brave enough to even enter that attic, especially at night, and for the fact that with all the strange activities going on in this house, Kaylee and her husband still feel oddly at peace in the home. They've received countless messages urging them to leave, to cleanse the space, even to burn sage and get rid of the dolls. But according to them, something about the energy feels innocent, like whatever's there doesn't want to hurt them, it's just part of the home and they're willing to coexist with it. We wish them luck and hope whatever is living in that house continues to mean no harm. In the following video, Kyle was getting ready to head out with his fiancée when something strange caught his attention. Now, according to Kyle, unusual things have been happening around his house for a while now. Aggressive banging, the creepy sound of children laughing, and things moving right in front of his eyes. Every time something truly strange happened, Kyle wasn't always able to record it, but this day, he was prepared. Have a look. After closing the door, a low, deep growling starts echoing from inside. Then the lights begin to flicker, quickly followed by bizarre sounds that he can't quite explain. It gets worse when what sounds like knocking begins, but no one's in the room. Kyle believes something, or someone, didn't want them leaving the house, but what happened next felt less like a warning, and more like a threat.
Let's go smoke. Damn. I don't think I should have burned that book, yo. I keep hearing something.
He only noticed it later, while reviewing the footage, that there was a distorted voice, almost like a whisper layered beneath the noise. And if you look closely, his cat clearly senses it too. It runs, then starts moving like it's tracking something invisible. Then the knocking sound starts again, louder this time, so Kyle tries to trace it, moving from room to room. And then he opens a door with a distinctive creak. If you listen closely right after that, you'll hear faint voices. Some viewers say it sounds like someone speaking, others say it's unintelligible, but whatever it is, it's enough to rattle anyone. Also, earlier in the video, Kyle casually mentioned something odd, a book he shouldn't have burned, and that might be where all of this started. Here's the backstory. He found an old, worn Raggedy Ann book stuffed deep inside a closet that looked ancient and creepy, so he got rid of it by burning it. But ever since that day, the activity in the house has only intensified. Shadows would appear briefly at the corner of his vision, only to vanish the moment he looked directly at them. Kyle is now convinced that destroying the book didn't get rid of the energy tied to it, it released it. And honestly, that tracks with what many believe about burning objects tied to spiritual energy. The belief is that burning strange or cursed objects doesn't destroy them, it releases the energy trapped inside. If that's true, Kyle may have accidentally set something free. Some viewers are convinced he's dealing with a haunting, possibly even something darker like a demon. Others think there might be another explanation entirely. But as with many of these cases, this one remains a mystery. In the following video, a man witnesses something completely unexplainable, and luckily the security camera inside their home caught it too. That morning, his wife had left her phone resting on the arm of the couch before heading to the washroom. She was gone for less than 10 minutes, but shortly after she came out, this happened. Watch. Unfortunately, their camera didn't capture the armrest in frame, so there's no clear evidence of how the phone moved. But according to them, there was nothing around that could have pushed it in such a way, and the way it slid looked intentional rather than accidental. And to make matters worse, this isn't the first time something like this has happened in their home. Almost 2 years earlier, in that same living room, the husband was watching TV while his wife was in their bedroom nearby, sitting on the floor in front of her tall mirror doing her makeup. Suddenly, out of nowhere, he heard a loud thud, her phone dropping onto the floor. Now, at first, he assumed it was her clumsy mistake, because she's known for dropping her phone often, but she wasn't even holding it. His mind quickly went to the next most logical answer. Maybe one of their cats had knocked it down, but the cats were still too young to climb that high. Adding to all this, the couple admits they've heard unsettling noises coming from the basement before. Still, they insist they're skeptics, so they don't want to call it a ghost, even if the activity keeps happening. So, what do you think really happened here? In this next clip, a young woman was out on a date at her local bar when her home security camera, set up mainly to check in on her dog and cat, sent her a notification of movement. Naturally, she assumed it was her pets wandering around, but when she opened the footage, she realized this was no ordinary check-in. Watch closely.
Transfer for general. No.
She later confirmed that no one else was home at the time, yet the footage not only showed movement, it also captured strange voices inside her house. She couldn't make out exactly what they were saying, but the tone was enough to leave her unsettled. Naturally, people began speculating. Some believe it could have been intruders, except there were no signs of forced entry and nothing was stolen. Others suggested maybe the voices came from outside, neighbors perhaps, but the placement of the camera and the clarity of the sound make that explanation less convincing. To this day, she says she still doesn't know what the voices were, but one thing is certain, it's hard to enjoy a night out when your phone buzzes with footage like that waiting for you. The thing about cameras is that they simply capture what happens, whether or not we're ready to believe it. And sometimes, what they capture leaves us with more questions than answers. This next clip, recorded by a local store's CCTV camera, is a perfect example. Watch closely. There's been plenty of debate about what exactly happened here. Some claim it's nothing more than a draft, but skeptics point out how unlikely it is for a gust of wind to move the toy in such a deliberate, almost playful motion. Others argue it was left switched on, and maybe a faulty motor caused it to roll. On paper, that sounds reasonable, but here's where things start to get odd. The toy hadn't been touched for hours, and the store was completely empty at the time. Not only that, but many who analyzed the footage pointed out that the wheels move in a way that looked like someone was pushing it, and this isn't the first time strange activity has been reported in the store. A few locals claim items have fallen off shelves without explanation, and workers sometimes hear faint footsteps after closing. That makes this clip much harder to dismiss as a simple mechanical error. So what do you think? Is this just a case of failed wiring and basic physics? Or did the store's security cameras accidentally capture a ghost playing with a toy? This next clip was posted with the sole aim of getting help from people to debunk it, especially because, for as long as he can remember, growing up in the Philippines, he was always sensitive to the paranormal. He and his brother were raised in their grandparents' home, a place where they often heard footsteps in empty hallways, dishes rattling in the kitchen at night, and whispers from rooms no one was in. At the time, they thought it was simply the nature of the house, but deep down, it never left their minds. Now that he lives alone, something he admits was a bold step after everything he experienced growing up, he started noticing subtle signs again. Lights flickering for no reason, shadows darting across his living room wall, and that unmistakable feeling that someone else is there when he knows he's alone. And then, one night while he was watching a movie, this happened. The next day, he took the TV for repair, convinced it was broken, but it wasn't. And now, the same thing has been happening at the exact same time every night, never during the day. What he's dealing with remains a mystery to him, but after trying to move on from a childhood full of unexplained events, he can't help but wonder if his haunting days are starting all over again. Now, this next clip was recorded inside a barbing salon while one of the barbers was attending to a customer and the other two were chatting casually, until something unsettling happened. Pay close attention to the mannequin head and the blue cape in this clip.
This is what I was talking about. So when it goes American Idol, they put this inside the big music note. I was telling them we'll make like a big music note and just put that in there. But like a big thing inside this head. So that would be where like a little spotlight.
Oh shit, oh hell to the no. Hell no. Did you just, oh shit, oh hell no. There's some crazy shit going on up in there.
Guys, calm down. Keep right to the shot.
Okay, but guys, that shit right there just moved. Just, oh, fuck that. Oh.
Hey!
Hey! Can we put a security set back? Because that just moved. Like that just moved. Like that just moved.
What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna praise you. That right there just moved.
Alright, what?
Like it just, oh, fuck, oh.
If the cape had shifted on its own, it shouldn't have gone in that direction. And the creepiest part? The mannequin head actually turned, and there's no way a simple draft could account for both of those movements. And if you're wondering why one of the guys bolted the way he did, that wasn't overreacting. That was pure instinct. Most people don't wait around to analyze the situation when something unexplainable happens. Fear makes you choose the nearest exit, and that's exactly what he did. But here's the thing. He didn't run just because of this incident. For the past 2 weeks, strange things have been happening in that salon. One time, mirrors fogged up with handprints when no one else was there, so when the mannequin head moved, he didn't stick around to see what would happen next. Still, he seems to be the only one taking it seriously, while the others laugh it off. But if things keep escalating like this, they might not be laughing for long. In this next clip, a man who had been relaxing alone at home after a long day got a surprise visit he never expected, the kind that makes your stomach drop before you even process what's happening. Watch this. Most people confronted with something spooky would instinctively reach for a stick, maybe a broom, the classic tools for shooing away unwanted visitors. But this man, he went for a gun. And it's hard to ignore his grip on the gun. But then again, do you really bring a gun to a ghost fight? At that moment, he didn't care. The sudden crash he heard had him convinced someone had broken in. And sometimes fear takes over logic, and the idea of an intruder hiding in the shadows was enough to push him into full combat mode. Now, this next video was recorded on March 26th around 12:30 a.m. when a couple were asleep and suddenly woke up to the sound of the husband's truck alarm blaring non-stop. Out of pure confusion and a bit of fear, the husband asked his wife to pull up the camera feed to see who was in the truck. What made it even stranger is that he hadn't locked the truck, meaning the alarm wasn't even set to go off. This is what they saw. Take a close look at the front of the truck near the windshield in the first few seconds. When the husband rushed outside, there wasn't a single scratch on the truck. Nothing was left behind on the ground. No sign of forced entry, and no reason why the alarm should have gone off at all. So what exactly did they miss that night? This next clip was posted by a mother crying out for help, desperate to understand the strange things happening around her baby. She had already noticed little things, toys turning on by themselves even when their batteries had been removed, and the baby often looking and laughing at corners of the room where no one was standing. At first, she brushed it off as coincidence, but one morning she woke up to this recording from her baby's monitor. Keep your eyes on his diaper. It looks as though something is grabbing onto the diaper while the baby squirms uncomfortably. After seeing this, she immediately decided her baby would never sleep alone again, and now only lets him sleep in her room. She hopes it's over, and honestly, we all do too. In the following video, a woman who goes by the nickname Bulldog Mom is in her kitchen, casually watching a Mr. Balance story on her phone when she hears her daughter shouting in the living room. Watch.
I don't know what's going on. What's that?
What's disturbing about this is that the noise only happens when she's home alone and never when friends or family are around. When she posted the clip online, viewers jumped in with theories. Some suggested it might be a spirit trying to communicate. Others urged her to dig into the house's history, just in case something traumatic ever occurred there that left an imprint. But here's the creepy part. There's no pattern and no timing, just these random bursts of noise. She has reached out to a medium in hopes of getting some answers about if there's a spirit present and what exactly it wants. Until then, she's keeping her phone close, in case the noises return. This next clip was recorded around 3 a.m. when Kurhaz's young daughter suddenly wakes up, and what follows is hard to explain. Have a look.
It ain't nothing, babe. It's a dirty hand.
No! No!
It's the cover, look. It's the cover.
No!
You gonna mommy?
No, no, no.
It's dirty hand. It's my hand.
The little girl looks terrified, and she's staring at something no one else can see. She says she feels something touching her, but there's no one there. According to Kurhaz, this has been happening for weeks now. Every time around 3 a.m., her daughter wakes up terrified, unable to speak clearly, shaking and clutching her arms like she's being grabbed, and it doesn't end quickly. On this particular night, it lasted until 9:45 a.m., and she wouldn't eat, wouldn't drink, wouldn't sleep, and neither could her parents. Kurhaz writes, "As a mom, it's so hard to hold it together when something like this happens. They've taken her to several doctors, but every medical test comes back normal with no physical symptoms or psychological diagnosis. But here's where it gets even more unsettling. A neighbor mentioned something that made all this make sense. Apparently, the land their home was built on used to house an old orphanage that burned down over a century ago. Several children were trapped inside and never made it out. And now, every night at 3 a.m., her daughter seems to respond to something only she can see. It's as though a presence is reaching out to her, another child perhaps, who didn't want to be alone. Kurhaz contacted their family priest, and they performed a spiritual bath and house cleansing. Since then, things have been quiet. Just like the last clip, in this next video, Chandler is folding clothes when she hears her daughter, Nellie, yelling from the living room and arguing with someone. Thinking her little girl was just playing pretend again, she goes to check, only to find this. Nellie is yelling at someone or something, insisting it isn't their turn on the swing. But here's the disturbing part. They were completely alone in the house, and what started as a harmless outburst quickly spiraled. Nellie broke down crying uncontrollably, that Chandler had to drop her phone and rush to comfort her, but it took hours before the little girl could calm down. Even then, she kept pointing at different corners of the room, screaming, "No!" at something no one else could see. After finally falling asleep, Chandler reviewed the footage and shared it online. That's when viewers noticed something unsettling. Nellie didn't just fall. It looked like she was pushed. Chandler still doesn't know what her daughter saw that day, but Nellie hasn't played in that room since. Whatever she was pointing at, it made her cry like she was being warned, or worse, threatened. And if she really was pushed, it raises a darker possibility. Maybe it wasn't just a tantrum, and maybe something wanted her off that swing, but like other videos, I'll let you decide. In this next video, Silva is winding down for the night after hosting a small girls' night with her friends. The house is quiet, everyone's asleep, and she's doing a final sweep, switching off lights, powering down devices, and clearing up a few things before heading to bed. But then this happens.
Oh my god. No les miento. No hay nada prendido. Like, the TV's off. The computer's off. That phone is off. ¿Y si oyeron lo que se oía? Les voy a enseñar acá. Like, everything is off in here too. The kitchen, la idea está abierta porque la dejé abierta. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Even though every device was turned off, the TV, the speakers, even the phone, she could hear voices that sounded like someone was speaking. On the television, that was clearly powered down. So where was the sound coming from? Some viewers suggest it's the mirrors that are amplifying or even channeling energy from another realm, but not everyone buys that, and in Silva's case, it's hard to ignore the possibility. She later revealed this wasn't the first time strange things have happened in her home, and that she's been haunted for nearly 3 years. So while many urge her to move, she claims the presence in her home doesn't feel hostile, and that being haunted is just part of her routine now. But here's the question, can someone really get used to being haunted? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. If there's one thing that's helped prove the paranormal exists, it's cameras. Because while we might blink, turn away, or sleep, cameras never stop watching, and sometimes they catch things we can't explain. Dan had always told his friends there was something off about his house. Doors would slam without warning, lights flicker, but only when he walks past them. And late at night, the sound of someone walking down the hallway, even when he was the only one home. Still, his friends weren't convinced. So one night, before heading to bed, Dan sets up a camera and then this happens. Watch closely. The door doesn't just shut, it slams, with force, and if it had been a draft, the nearby blinds and other things around the area should have moved, but everything else remained perfectly still. Now, combined with all the other bizarre incidents he'd experienced in that house, this footage sealed it for him. He was convinced something was living there, and it wasn't human. The following month, Dan and his family packed up and sold the house. Let's just hope whatever was inside didn't decide to follow them. There's something eerie about buying secondhand items, especially when you don't know where they've been or what they've been through. In this next clip, a man named Luke captures something bizarre happening with his washing machine. For context, he picked it up from a local thrift store a few weeks ago, but ever since bringing it home, he's noticed something isn't quite right. One quiet morning, Luke is on the phone in the living room when he hears an odd sound coming from the laundry area. So he grabs his camera and starts recording. Have a look.
My dryer is not even on and it's doing this noise.
Despite being completely empty and turned off, the machine keeps making this strange noise. What's even stranger is that every time Luke approaches the machine to check it out, especially when he opens the dryer door, the noise intensifies, as if whatever's inside doesn't want to be disturbed. He's had it checked twice by different repair specialists, and both times they said the same thing. The machine is in perfect working condition. So if it's not mechanical, then what is it? Luke is convinced there's something paranormal at play, but some viewers have offered alternative theories ranging from trapped air to magnetic interference. Whatever the truth is, no one really knows, and like many of the videos we've seen, this one remains unsolved. This next video comes from a well-known fitness coach, famous for his intense, no-excuse workouts. But one day, it wasn't the gym that had him sweating, it was something else. On a regular day, while cleaning his house one afternoon, this happens.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters, apparently, because I've made many videos in this house and I have never had any type of ghost activity, meaning can't see nothing, there's nothing to be heard on the thing, because I know sometimes cameras and voice recorders pick up other noises. Check this out. So here I was recording on Riverside. Listen to this. Tell me if you don't think it's spooky. It keeps going after that little clip I showed you. There's no kids in the house. Partner's not doing anything. I think it's time to do a cleansing. Or Ghostbusters. Somebody come get this thing out my house. Ugh.
If you listen closely, you'll hear a strange, unexplainable sound echoing through the house, and it clearly caught him off guard. He immediately stopped recording and reached out to a local ghost hunter, and also scheduled a full house cleansing, just to be safe. When he posted the clip online, many viewers said the sound felt peaceful, like a calm, protective energy, but he's not buying it. As he writes, "Ain't no spirits, good or evil, living in my house." After the cleansing, he hasn't heard anything like it since, and he hopes he never does again. On July 9th, 2025, a ghost hunter named Moxley sets out alone into a forest known for something few dare to even speak of, a haunted underground tunnel. Locals avoid the area entirely, but Moxley decided to explore the forest at night. Over the years, there have been countless reports, sightings of a woman in a red dress, shadow figures weeping, screaming, and most disturbingly, laughing. But no one stays long enough to get answers. He begins by investigating the forest perimeter, calling out to whatever might be there and inviting any presence to respond.
So you were a soldier. What year do you think it is?
Darkness.
Darkness. Can you see me? You see what I'm doing? Can you come and show yourself to me? Show me who you are.
Still hoping to communicate, he steps into the tunnel, but the moment he sets up his gear, everything shifts. He described it as an overwhelming wave of fear, like someone was standing right behind him. But when he turned around, no one was there.
Who's here? That's literally giving me goosebumps. Is there someone here? I'll turn it back again. No, no, seriously.
Wary of him.
Who have I got to be wary of? Every single time I turn my back. Can you tell me his name? Tell me who you are. Every time I turned my back then, there was a noise behind me like something was moving towards me. Was that you moving around behind me? If it was, can you tell me who you are? Move this camera back a little bit. Last time I was here, you said this was your grave, if I'm correct?
Am I dead?
I can't really answer that one.
Out.
Out. Do you want me to get out? Do you want me to leave? I'll leave if you want me to. This camera keeps losing focus. I tell you what, I'll leave if you want.
Shaken, he went back to the forest and encountered something even stranger, a conversation with a spirit that left him with more questions than answers.
It's been said that you like to scare people out of this place. Last time I was here, I said it earlier, you scared me out of those tunnels. Was there something with the tunnel? You're protecting something down in the family. You're protecting your family. Was your family buried down in the tunnels? I keep saying tunnels, there's just one tunnel. Was that your family's burial ground? Are you happy that they decided to plant new trees here? Trying to save the land? Maybe you won't be so angry trying to scare people away. I might come back here and camp right in this spot. Would you be okay with me camping out here?
They killed me.
Right, I got that last time they killed me. Who killed you? Tell me their names. You said that last time I was here, that somebody killed you out here. Tell me their names, tell me your name. Getting that weird feeling like you're being watched. Are you watching me?
Still searching for clarity, Moxley made the bold decision to return to the tunnel, and that's when things took a dark, terrifying turn.
Oh, I can't stand in this.
Will you stay a while?
I can't stay in here for a while. This absolutely stinks. Right, this smells of sulphur. And it just smells of pure death. Can you stay a while? I don't think I'll be staying down here. I'm gonna go back upstairs. I can't cope with this smell. No, I need to go out. What the? What the? What the? What the? You there? You playing with me? Right. No. Let's get out of here. That stunk.
He started smelling sulfur in the air, and as they say, when you smell sulfur, the devil's not far behind. Suddenly, he felt a cold breath brush the back of his neck, but when he turned, there's no one there. This time, he didn't ask questions, he left immediately. Could it have been the woman in red who many say is the guardian of the tunnel? Or is there another explanation for what happened down there? Let me know your thoughts on this one.